So, 250 committee number 6 meeting is in session. Roll call is Barbara Harrison.
Yeah.
And
Tim Blackburn.
there we go.
Yeah. All
But
right.
we expect another shortly, so.
Yes. Yes. Now we can, yeah, go ahead and get started. We do have a guest here, so I know I'll let you, Mr.
Well, I was gonna let
Tim go
Tim
first.
catch up.
Okay. What?
Well, he's gonna present his, Mr. Mark Hopper's gonna present McGregor Hall.
Oh, okay.
So I figured out. Well, you're our only guest for today. I am so glad that you came. Sorry
Sure.
about the confusion.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if you wanted me
It
to come
wasn't,
back or not.
yeah, no, absolutely. It's not like we have a bunch of halls out there.
Yes. No. So just so you'll know that this meeting is open to the public, so you can come
Okay,
anytime you're available, free. You would like to join us, you're more than welcome to.
We just had the problem with I had jury duty last week.
Oh, gosh, sorry.
And so the minute that came up, everybody was like, cancel, cancel. And then it snowed and they didn't need me.
Let it snow.
Yeah, I'm actually good with the minutes. I don't know how many, can we approve the minutes?
No, we can't do any official business because we don't have a quorum.
All right.
Yeah, so we can just
We'll
have
approve it.
conversations. Yeah.
But that's 3 weeks away, right? 'Cause we have the next 2 weeks off for the
Yes.
holidays.
Yes.
So when is the next meeting?
The next meeting wouldn't be until January. Let me actually look and see. It would be. January 8th.
8th?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a reporting meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after approval of minutes, the Veterans Banner Project update is on the agenda. And we're proceeding with that. This is a mock-up of the actual size of the pages, memorial pages, that will be in the memorial book up in the library.
I printed you out an extra copy.
Okay.
That's in front.
So it'll be this size. On one side will be the banner, on the front side will be the banner, and on the back side will be
I like that idea.
the text.
That you end up using both pictures. It's nice.
And the idea is to have a QR code on the banners so that when people are walking down the street, they can pull up the text of the memorial page that tells about the person. However, the banners are so high, I'm not sure you can effectively access a QR code at that distance. Do you know enough about how QR codes operate?
Yes, sir. I think that as long as they can have their camera can get it and zoom in, it'll be able to
Because
grab.
It's the banner, the bottom of the banner is gonna be like, 4 feet above them.
Oh, yeah, that shouldn't be an
Not a
issue.
problem.
That shouldn't be an issue.
Not a problem.
Yeah, as long as they can zoom in with the camera on their phones, and then as long as they can do that, they should have no issue.
Even then, they can take a picture of it and then zoom in
Yeah.
as after they're driving.
Yeah.
And literally,
Okay.
it will still go.
So on Monday, Tim Hall and I are meeting at the library with Patty McAnally, the director of the library, and with Monica Alston about the library hosting the QR codes and maintaining them on their system.
Excellent.
So, and they indicated that, they were willing to do it. They just needed technical information that Tim Hall would provide. On December 26th,
Yes.
my research subcommittee, consisting of Mark Pace and me and Betty King,
Mhm.
will meet to make final decisions on what constitutes the actual number and the individual service members that will that are from Vance County and will be included in the book. So that'll take place on the 26th.
Right.
Banner production timeline is, I don't foresee it being a problem. I'm thinking now that they get deployed on Memorial Day. And I'm thinking that the Historical Society on Veterans Day will have a program about veterans from these same wars who were not killed in action, but were involved in some of the major engagements,
Yeah.
like the D-Day landings
Right.
and things like that.
Oh, that'd be a good program. I'd like
So-
to come to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's in the offing. So the Veterans Banner Project is, we're waiting for pole locations and installation coordination, which Ferdinand, you said, seems to be moving along. Okay. And then the street banner installation logistics, I assume that's the same as the Veterans Banner. I'm not sure why these are two different.
Yeah, that's the same thing. As I spoke to earlier, I've been in contact with Duke Energy. And so Duke Energy, we're going through that process of figuring out how we can place them. I know that Kendrick last time had went on Amazon, looked at the brackets.
Right, the price,
Yeah.
but we need to be okay at 64
Yeah.
digital.
Yeah, so and we're moving forward with that. So y'all, that's taken care of. So yeah,
So Duke is gonna let you know the process of applying for the polls?
yes. So
How
Duke,
long is their turnaround?
so right now what their pamphlet said is we have to I send an email to their, I guess, streets team. And once that streets team, they're going to read the email, then they'll get back to me. So I'm still waiting on that. I'm waiting on that reply.
We got time for that.
Yeah. So I'm waiting on that reply. But I did reach out to Elizabeth Townsend, who is their community engagement director. And she pointed me to that group to talk to. So I have made inroad. I have
So you've made
basic
physical
contact.
contact?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing was the retractable banners.
Yeah, that one as well.
Different from street banners. So Tim Hall and I met about that. We did not, he was short on time. He's now been named principal of the early college, as well as his position as coordinator of social studies. So his time is really
Really limited now.
limited. Mark, for your benefit, the retractable banners are the same size. Well, they're actually probably larger than these banners. And they're about, I guess, 5 feet tall. And you know what we're
Right,
talking
yeah, I know
about,
what you're
kind
talking
of pull down. Okay. So we're going to have up to 80 of those, and they'll be deployed around the community in public buildings. We would like to deploy some of them in the main hall there at McGregor Hall.
Sure.
Is there any problem with that? Or-
The only problem is that they might walk away.
I don't think so. We're not worried about that.
Okay.
I can't see what use they would be to anybody
Yeah.
other than,
And we wouldn't
This
hold you
project.
liable.
Yeah.
Right.
no, yeah,
Right.
that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
So, good, okay. So, so once Tim and I are able to get back to that, we'll get started on developing those. And I've started this was just a sample of doing the research on the people for the memorial book. I have been very pleasantly surprised at the availability of the information now, and let me explain the significance of that. When these people died, many of them, the obituary said, killed somewhere in France, and that's all anybody ever needed.
Mhm.
Now you can look up the unit that they served with, enter a date, and you can find out exactly where they were. And that's never been known until now. And most of them, the families never knew. And so the memorial book is going to now provide that information. So for instance, two of these service members who are buried up at Island Creek were in a unit, and their obituaries both just said in France, killed in action in France. This was in World War II. And both of them, actually, when you pull up where their unit was, both of them were in the action around Carentan, France. They had landed on Omaha Beach during the D-Day landings, and they were fighting in the hedgerow actions. If any of y'all have seen Band of Brothers, that's exactly where the 101st were, and you see what the actual hedgerow fighting is like. And they were fighting around Carentan, the 101st. Both of these men were killed in that action, and we're finding that, you know, considerable detail about the actions that these men were engaged in, which is going to permit us to develop, and several people have already suggested this, to develop a map where we pinpoint where each person died.
That's a nice page.
And we will organize the pages in the memorial book by date of death, which means you will be able to flip through and track the progress of the war in each theater.
Wow.
As it's going on, simply from where people from Vance County were involved in the action and where they died. So that's one of the, I'm discussing with somebody who might be able to help develop that map. So that's where we are with the street banners, the memorial book, and the retractable banners.
That looks so nice.
The margins on this side are going to be somewhat different because it has to fit in the book there, the
Right,
thing, so.
yeah. Your gutter has to change. Yeah, but I like the fact that, you know, the AI really came out nice.
Well, on this one, that's
I mean,
still
that was
going to be,
bad.
this one's going to be discussed at the meeting on the 26th. Because there is change in him. If you look at it, the ears are smaller.
Yeah,
The actual contours of his face are different.
yeah.
The forehead's different, and I can see Mark.
You can see Mark's
I
complaint
can
now.
see Mark's
Yeah.
point. I
Yeah.
can see it very well.
And he's such a stickler for exact history. Mark Pace.
Well, you do want to know you're looking at the face of.
Right, but that's why I like the
Yeah.
fact that you're gonna have both
Yeah.
photos in the book now.
Yeah, depending
So
on,
that way they can see the one and then they can see where you came from.
yeah, if we decide to use these AIs.
I think that,
So-
I'm not in the committee for that, but I vote for that.
So
Yeah,
we're,
have my vote.
that will be the
And I can
discussion.
needle Mark a little bit.
Our objective for the committee is always to be unanimous in whatever.
Oh, good thing, you got 3 people. Best of luck on Betty and Mark and the unanimous. Okay.
Okay, so that's all I have to report at this time. McGregor Hall's the next thing up.
Yes, it is. Okay,
So Tim's not here. I assume Mark met with Tim and.
No,
no, he's been with no one. And Angie was talking to him a lot via emails, so.
they were gonna, I think they were gonna give us an idea of what they were planning to do with the mural, so I can take it to the board.
Oh, okay.
I'm very interested in that. I haven't talked to them about it yet. Our board won't meet again until the end of January.
Okay,
But and I'm completely speaking on my own right now. I'm not speaking for them, but this is the lobby that I had in mind. That's over on the First Baptist side of the building, so that from the parking lot, you can see through the glass.
right.
And then, sorry, wrong way. That's a long view, so it's that wall right there
Oh, that's beautiful.
inside the glass.
That's beautiful.
You know, so,
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to them to make the decision, but if you all have a good plan in place that I can present to them in late January, I
Okay.
can't imagine that's gonna be a problem.
So we have to give you information before late January.
Yeah, we meet
So
the
that-
last Tuesday in January,
you.
or if somebody wants to come and present it, that would be even better. We meet at noon on the last Tuesday in January.
I think Tim said in his email saying he was not gonna be able to make it here,
Yes,
that he had met with the arts director.
yes, and that's what I was just trying to bring up, was that at 3:30, we just got a message from him. That's, yeah. He says, I will not make the, I have a comment. He's going to provide a report with my meeting with the VCS Director of Fine Arts. I'm meeting with Tim next week. That's you? Okay. Okay, so he's going to provide a report. We don't know what it is yet, but when that report comes in, I will
Sure. Okay.
summarize and forward to you, depending on what's in
I'll
there.
be happy to propose that to them. I think it would be a great way they could be a part of this.
Yeah, especially with them losing the arts program this year, this fills that gap in a pivotal year. So, last Tuesday of January. So that's all you have to present? Is it-
You all had asked me about some programming too.
Okay.
I know you had mentioned, I think the initial interest was in 1776, which we would not be able to do because Raleigh
Right.
Theater is
Yeah.
already,
Right.
there's a geographical restriction on that.
Right.
I have done a good bit of work on this. Although, I'm in a weird spot because we keep the show selection as a major state secret until we do a big announcement
Right, so,
in early February.
yeah,
But I have a really good idea in mind, and I also have,
For a historical.
it would be a
play.
straight play. Yeah, it would be a straight play, not a musical, which
Yeah.
ideally would fall into the last slot in the rec player season, which would be early September, probably the weekend after Labor Day is when it normally falls. We usually do either 3 or 4 performances for whatever that straight play slot is. I had a meeting last week with a very prominent director in the region who, Hispanic guy who's incredibly interested in coming to be a part of this. And he's very high profile and would bring some gravitas to the
That's
project.
yeah,
I've worked with him in Raleigh. I worked with him at Raleighville Theater and on some things with DPAC. So
we would need to get a date, we would need to talk off, we would need a date just because we'd have to lock that guy in.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take care of
I mean,
all
that's
that.
out
We,
there.
this is something we would be doing anyways. Probably not programming we would choose.
Okay,
So the big benefit here is that it's not going to cost you a penny. I mean, you can advertise. We're going to be doing this anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just kind of changing course on what we plan to do and looking at some different material to fit the bill. So you can advertise it
I
all you
appreciate
want.
that.
You can make
That's-
it part of your programming and advertise it that way.
Okay,
So we'll just do it the way we normally do it with, through sponsorships and advertising and patrons. We have a lot of,
well, that's great news.
patrons who support us in the summer. So we can at least contribute one piece of programming that way. I also checked into touring events, which I think you all had mentioned, and there's absolutely nothing left for next
I
year.
know.
I talked to 8 or 9 of the agents that I normally work with who have things that are specific to this thrust next year, and they're all booked up.
Mhm.
Everything's booked up. I mean, most of that kind of thing, I'm working 2 years in advance right now anyway
Right.
for our
And
program.
when we, like I said, we started late.
So I couldn't find anything like that. Is, you're looking at $12,000 for a cheap event for that kind of thing. So,
You're right, and we're trying to make a
but I think
onion fry
this,
with our 10,000.
the straight play, I can't imagine any of my folks would even be watching this, but the straight play that we're looking at is, if you're familiar with the complete works of William Shakespeare abridged that won a Tony maybe 20 years ago.
I haven't, I've never read it.
It's kind of a standard and sort of a satirical look at all the plays of Shakespeare condensed into 2 hours by Adam Short. But this is a in the same style. It's not really a sequel, but in the same style. It's called the Complete American History Abridged. That does the same kind of thing. It takes 600 years of history in a comedy across a 90-minute straight play. So it's a scream. It's a
Oh, well,
it's
that's
a
great.
hoot. It's a hoot. It's satirical. It's not. It's satirical without being offensive. But I've ordered a copy of the script so I can spend some time with it. But
Well, it can't be as bad as Disney's when I went to go see theirs. They have a whole thing where they do the entire American
Oh,
history
yeah,
experience in 1 hour.
yeah,
Yeah. And I was like, wow, look at all that.
Right.
Yeah, you have mannequins that are all moving. But
So that's what I'm looking at. If you think that would work for what you all have in mind.
I like the idea of it being a comedy.
Yeah, we normally do a Friday night show, a Saturday night show, and a Sunday afternoon matinee, and occasionally we have a Thursday night show if there's a lot of demand.
You're gonna actually run it that many nights that day?
Yeah, we always do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, our musicals run for 2 weeks.
I have never actually been to one of your shows.
Shame.
I only moved here 6 years ago. I barely
Last
left the
year-
house for 2 years.
Last year we swept the Triangle Broadway World Awards.
Wow, congratulations. I have no idea.
Up against Broadway Theater and Theater Raleigh and Studio One in Burlington. It's pretty professional stuff.
Well, I imagine a lot of the people that we're trying to get to go have never been there either.
Most of our audience is from the Triangle.
Yeah.
Probably 80% of our audience is from the Triangle.
Right.
And we really marketed things specific to the community the first 7, 8 years we were open, and just wasn't supported. So
Right.
we basically serve the community through rental events,
Right.
organizational rentals, that kind of thing, which is well over half of what the traffic we have in the building. But as far as ticketed events go, it's just
It's not.
not a huge base in the community.
But this particular show should actually
Oh,
draw because
yeah.
it's a good time in September.
Yeah.
A lot of other places will be winding down.
So it'll be the third installment in the summer season. So we would do we'll have a children's summer camp in June. We have about 100 kids that come in. Since there's no real theater program in the area, we frequently say that you can't have diversity without access. So we created a children's theater camp where we do a show in 2 weeks. They come in and spend 2 weeks with us. We do all the professional trappings, the whole 9 yards, the set, everything. They pay $50 to come for 2 weeks. So we can get kids who otherwise would never cross paths in a million years
Right.
in the same place, in the same space. Some kids with a lot of experience, some on stage for the very first time. So that'll be in June, and then we do a large-scale musical in July, and this would be in very early September.
And I imagine you have a Facebook page and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've got everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only just created mine, so.
We usually had last year the straight play was the play that goes wrong. We had about 1,300 come through for that,
Nice.
I think. So it would be probably 3 or 4 houses of about 300 to 350, just based on our normal
Right.
audiences.
Well, this won't be normal audiences either, though.
So hopefully we get
Because this is
some,
all patriotic. So
yeah, hopefully we get
patriotic type
some new people
association.
and new connections.
And it's September sometime.
Yeah, whatever that weekend after Labor Day is, I can't spit the
Okay.
dates out off the top of my head, but
Weekend after.
and again, none of that is in ink.
Right.
I've just met with him, and I really want to spend time with the script to make sure it's something that is going to do what we want it to accomplish. I don't want anything controversial or anything like that.
I don't either. But at least I can check the agenda for all the different associations, what they have going on during that period of time.
I wish I think 3 years ago we did Ragtime. I'd give anything if we hadn't done that one yet, because that checks every box imaginable. It's perfect.
It would.
It was absolutely perfect. There are not many things out there that aren't highly politicized unfortunately.
And I'm not supposed to be involved in politics in any way, shape, or form. It's in
Theater
my, it's
people
in my
like to be
oath of office.
political. So that's what I have to offer. And
That's
again,
fantastic.
I'll say I will do whatever you all need if we can support anything in any way. I can't make the call on my own, but I'll present it to the board. If there's anything you all need or an event that we could host on a date that we would still have available at this point. Just say the word and I'll at least try to pursue it with the board. So I have a feeling they will be totally on board with whatever you all want to do. They're very supportive and community minded. So
We really appreciate it.
say the word, we'll do it.
Okay. All right, so I'll try to get you as much information before January as possible.
Sure, yeah.
Before the end of January.
And I'll try to pin things down on my side too,
Right,
as far as the play goes.
yeah, because at least I can have all the people that aren't watching can watch this now and catch up.
Right.
For whatever recommendations we have. So that'll work out. So thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for,
So this is,
Asking us
you're
to be a
gonna
part of
approach
it.
the board in which this actually costs the committee no money.
we would be doing a straight play
You're
next
doing
summer
it anyway.
anyway, yeah.
Right,
We
right.
just, I was able to change, it was just barely early enough that I could change course on what we were already planning to do.
Oh, well, then got this.
So we hadn't pinned that title down yet, so
Okay.
it worked out really well. The musical would have been a little more difficult. So we've already signed a contract for a musical.
We're
for
fine
next
with
summer, so.
whatever works for you.
There's only 3 in the cast, but that also would make for probably a super good quality presentation with the director that's coming in. We'd be able to handpick whoever we want.
Right.
We have people that come from 2 hours away to do shows. They come from all over. So we have a pretty big gaggle of actors, really strong people. I mean, even people with Broadway credentials are coming here to come to Will Henderson to do theater.
That's fantastic.
It's pretty exciting.
It is. I'm from New Jersey, so I've been to Broadway quite a few times. Plus off Broadway. I haven't went to off Broadway all the time.
We just closed Sweeney Todd, and one of the people in the ensemble played Grace Farrell on Broadway in Anne.
Wow, okay.
In that maybe 09 revival, I think, sometime in the early 2000s. We've got some really fine actors coming here to do theater now.
That's fantastic.
Okay, community band concert is your next item.
And we're not discussing that in
We
any
don't have
way.
any.
Yeah.
About a year to
Yeah.
discuss that.
I can add that I reached out to the state about them attending the event March 17th.
Yeah.
So if we were to do that date, they are available and they'd be happy to attend.
Oh, okay.
So we would be able to have the folks from
The American 250.
American 50. Yeah,
I figured anything that's an off,
yeah,
it's every key patriotic event they are books out.
yes. But they could come to the March 17th
But
event.
they can come.
Yeah, as long as we just give
As
a
long as
time
we
and
figure it
location.
out.
Yep.
Right.
And who is that?
The American 250 Main Committee of North Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
They can actually come that
Yeah,
day.
they'll be able to have somebody here. So yeah, the North Carolina Cultural and Resources folks are the ones that are doing America 250, and Dan Bras is the person that is the head of that. And so I reached out to him. He said they would be able to have somebody from their team join us to talk about, to have information about America 250 at this event. We just need to let them know where it's going to be, the time,
Okay.
and that'll do it. And then they're free that day.
I can't get to the facility calendar, but with that being Tuesday night, I have a feeling we could probably accommodate that if you want to do it at our place.
Well, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I think this was,
I need to
Oh,
look at the
okay.
calendar to see, but all we would need for that would be to just cover the cost of the staff and cleaning. If you wanted to do it at our place,
okay. All right.
which would be on the order of about $500 probably, $450 to $500. But I would need to confirm that date to make sure. I can't get to the calendar. I have to be in the office to get to the calendar.
That was the only day all year long that the Vance Scrangle Civic Center could, do. Because it was St. Patrick's Day.
We have no We have no weekends, but we have a number of weeknights. So
Yeah,
if you need some flexibility, I mean, there'd be a little cost involved, but
Right,
if you need some flexibility, I'd be happy to have that conversation.
okay. America 250 budget.
Yes, so I provided each of you with a budget.
Several times now.
Yes, but this budget isn't, it's not blank, so I put a tentative information in it about how much it would cost for us to do, where the $10,000 could go,
Okay,
just so we can get us started thinking about how we want to divide up the funds. So I did just on what I've heard us talk about, I kind of broke them up and gave some estimates for what things would cost, just so we can go ahead and get started on that process.
yeah, 'cause we have no idea how long it's gonna take.
Yeah, to get approval, because we have to complete this template and
Right.
send it up to the state to get the approval so that money can come down.
I'm all for moving forward and trying to see how that's gonna go through. I don't know the time frame.
It looks like a reasonable way to apportion things.
Yeah, I thought it was,
I'm glad you finally took the reins on that one. I knew if I waited long enough, somebody would step forward.
yes. Yeah, so I guess we can leave this until we have a quorum next time to vote. And then,
Probably 3 weeks away.
well, yeah. And then-
But put it with, are you gonna do minutes for this meeting?
No.
Even though it's not official, I mean, no actions taken?
well, yeah, I'm taking notes for it. Yeah.
Because I would send it out, I would send them the minutes, I would make minutes of it and say, it's, just note that there was no quorum available and
This is a recording.
no action was taken.
Okay,
But I would send this thing out when you send out the notice of the next meeting.
Okay.
And the minutes.
okay, so people have a chance to review
Yeah, I thought we could. All right,
The next thing is your events calendar. So I was at the Chamber of Commerce, today, and Sandra Wilkinson asked you to bring up to the committee that the chamber would like to, do an event in connection with 250 that would be in the fall, and it would be a public, dinner. They've done this before where they close the street, I think before they closed, Young Street, isn't that it, where they've done?
Right.
Where they set up tables and they do, everybody's sitting at one long table.
that's
And
just the way they used to do it back in the day.
do a meal and have a program. And the program would be, a showing of, old photographs of Henderson, with possibly some AI enhancements. So, and I mean by that, not just changing them, but for the actual move. So
And where is Sandra Wilkinson?
she's at the Chamber of Commerce. She's the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce.
And how does the Chamber of Commerce fund all that food?
They were not looking for any funding from us.
I've always got to worry about the funding as the chair. Does she need us to contact her or anything? I mean, it's still pretty far out there. She's talking the fall. You're talking September.
She hadn't firmed up her plans, but she'll let us know. So
I'll make a note of it.
possibly
And
at
then
the
we'll bring it
next
up in 3
meeting.
weeks.
Yeah.
I can't see it now. I'm always hungry. 20 hours a day. Your banners, you were talking about the QR code on the one side, you're still doing the American 250 Vance County logo on the other side. Or you're not doing it?
The plan, which banners are you talking about?
Street bands.
street bands. The plan on those would be have, the John William Pope Foundation logo
Right.
on the left-hand side, the America 250 on the right-hand side, and the QR code.
I was just curious. I like symmetric, symmetry.
No, that's one thing. Yeah, anything that's related to America 250, they want to have that. They want that America 250 logo on it.
Pope, the big grant,
Well, Pope, yeah, Pope, of course.
big grant,
Yeah, they get, of course.
QR code that goes to the book, and the
Yeah.
Vance County American.
American
I sent you a picture of that anyway. Do you need a better picture of that thing?
A better picture of that.
The
Oh,
Vance
yes,
County?
I
You need a
do.
better one,
Yeah,
better quality.
so if somebody can bring me at the next meeting, that would be fine.
Okay. What do you want it on a stick or something?
A what?
You want it on a drive?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to send it to the printer.
Yeah.
It's better quality.
that would
How
be
good
better.
quality did you send us?
I can
You
look.
couldn't load it. You
Okay,
couldn't, so I sent him a print screen of what you sent me, just so we could see what it looked like.
okay.
But he couldn't open it.
It was the America 250 logo for Vance
Yeah,
County?
Vance County.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, I can ask them for another file. I guess you tell me what file format they need, and we can get them to give us one.
Yeah, do they want a tip?
Oh, they want a tip? Okay, so they want a fancy.
I'm not asking you, do they
No
want a
idea
tip?
what a tip is.
Ask what the printer, what format the printer requires of that.
Yeah, what resolution? Let's ask what resolution they need the logo in, and they'll tell us.
Okay.
I can get that too.
Okay, write that down. That's gonna be important for the printer.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of big museum quality posters. And I've got a scanner that can actually do that, in which it's like, before AI was developed, you'd actually sit there and you would get rid of every little tiny dot on the photograph so that the museum can put the photographs up. I have a lot of rare photographs that nobody in the world has. I have a file in the Library of Congress.
What?
So that I could donate the photos.
Mhm.
I found a bag of slides in one of my relatives' houses.
Wow.
And it had survived a fire, and it survived a flood. And it's pictures of buildings burning in the early 1900s that nobody has burning, that are revolutionary properties, in which the old bobbies are up there trying to save the property, and they can't save it. The fire department had their very first pump engine, with the horses and everything, and that was what they were trying to put the fire out, which failed, and we lost the building.
Yeah.
But I digress, sorry.
You don't know.
Is that everything on the agenda?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
basically, yeah, we're good to go.
Good, because it's getting pretty warm in here.
Yeah.
All right, keep closing the door.
Yeah, close the door. Yes. All right, I'll end the stream.
Mark, thank you so much for
Oh,
coming.
you're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for
I really-
asking.
That's a great
I-
report.